beginning in 1908 with Anderson High School. Has a lot of basketball history and just a lot of school spirit. And it was horrible when it was closed, but you know the dollars weren't there. The blame can't be for anybody. Now, it has a lot of potential, I believe. It can host concerts, maybe go back to the basketball games, any championship sports games. We just have to continue to think out of the box and maybe not think so short term about this. It does require thousands of dollars, if not millions, but it reminds me of the arguments of annexation. Maybe you supported it, maybe it didn't. But the arguments of annexation, and if you're not familiar with that, it was to annex, I believe, further south on I-69 corridor. So a lot of the opposition to the annexation that I received was it was short-term and negative and, frankly, political. We have to think long-term about the youth. Would it be with the right intentions to just close it down, or would it better our school system and maybe collect more for more money? I mean, it's I think it's a little bit of a no-brainer. But I want to say, I'm going to keep it brief, it has a lot of potential. It requires thousands, if not millions of dollars, but we can get there. It's wasting just sitting there. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
On the agenda. Dr. Edsel?
Yes, we do. The next item of business is a recommendation to approve the Wigwam facility resolution. A quick summary: it is a resolution that's contingent upon the transfer of ownership to the Anderson Redevelopment Commission. That is also contingent upon the Wigwam Sports Entertainment LLC to raise enough funds to receive that transfer of ownership from the ARC. And so the recommendation is for your approval. I don't know if Mr. Rubright would want to share any additional information. He is our legal counsel for any particular questions.
Would you mind maybe just briefly summarizing what this does for us and what this might look like in the coming month? Could you grab a microphone, please?
There are certain statutes which describe the detailed ways in which a school corporation may acquire and also dispose of property. And there are certain exceptions to some of the detail, and that is when a governmental body transfers property to another governmental body. Under Indiana law, the Anderson Development Commission is a separate governmental body recognized as an entity. And the procedures call for basically a substantially identical resolution to be adopted by both bodies. You have a resolution in front of you which basically transfers the Wigwam facility, defined as the land, the improvements on the land, attached in the legal description, and certain personal property that will be within the Wigwam facility. It's my understanding there's a tentative schedule of the commission meeting for June 25th. This resolution grants the transfer to the redevelopment commission contingent upon they passing the resolution and accepting it. This is the first step. We need to take the first step, and then we'll see where the road goes.
Thank you. I would ask that we start with a motion for approval.
I'd like to make the motion that we approve the resolution as proposed.
Okay. We have a motion by Mr. Long. Is there a second? Second by Mrs. Moran. Is there any discussion? Just to clarify a little bit, there are two paths that we're currently on. with this. Ideally, this building could become an important part of the community again, and it could be maintained, it could be a success, and something that we could all be proud of. We're working hard, and I know Chuck has put in a lot of time, as has Dr. Edsel, in working with the other agencies that need to be involved in making this happen, hopefully. At the same time, it's not the charge of a public school corporation, nor do we have the funding to even consider maintaining, upgrading, or thinking of all the out-of-the-box ideas that could make that building a success. Our charge is to educate students, and that's what we have to focus on, and that's where we have to put our resources. So, as a board, we've decided to go down both paths simultaneously. We don't know which one will come to an end first. We hope that this resolution will get to will end in success, and that building can be something we're all proud of again. So that's what we're going to vote on now, is this resolution, and then we'll wait and see how things progress as the month goes on with the redevelopment commission.
I would also just like to draw attention to the fact that we couldn't even be at this point if it wasn't the collaboration and cooperation of the redevelopment commission. And so we're thankful for the work that they're doing and entertaining the conversation to also see the Wigwam live on and be a destination for this community. So we want to thank them as well.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions? And all in,
I was going to call the question.
okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And that motion carries.
Okay, our last